Timothy Swiney. I'm a businessman here in Lawrenceville.
And I'm Reid. I'm a real estate broker here in Lawrenceville. I've been involved with foster kids since the mid-'80s. I have a master's in family counseling. And I'd always felt that there were no bad kids, just kids without the right tools. Sometimes those tools are their parents, or sometimes it's those parenting skills. We started an adoption process about 12 years ago. After about 4 or 5 years of being over and over and over in the adoption process and having children available and then not pulled back and forth, and we really sort of gave up. We said, you know what, clearly the state does not feel that we're parents. So we said, time out. Emotionally we were done. We had actually almost finalized an adoption of 4 boys who had been living in foster care for, I think, 3 or 4 years at that time, and they got assigned to another family. We had a variety of kids and a variety of circumstances. So when these 2 children came, it wasn't with the intent to adopt. We were at that point just foster parents.
She and her brother came to us 18 months ago. The background was that they were the children of 2 illegal immigrants. The police report and the doctor's report said that the younger Eva was assaulted with a orbital fracture, multiple head brain bleeds, broken leg, broken femur, broken tibia. Because of the trauma, she was in full arrest. She was in the emergency room receiving CPR for 30 minutes. And she, in addition to the physical trauma she had because of the CPR, she had a lack of oxygen to the brain and has a anoxic brain injury as a result.
She was 7 weeks old at the time. But she came in without the expectancy to live.
As far as her brother Ignacio, he was 18 months old. He had absolutely no language skills whatsoever. He would hide under the kitchen table or climb in the cabinet. Whenever Eva would cry, that sort of like set off red flags and alarms because apparently he witnessed what had happened to her. Parents had fled, possibly fled the country because of their situation. There were no relatives that could be accessed that would be willing and able to take it.
They said, these children will need a permanent placement. Are you available? And we kind of looked at each other and said, are we really going to set ourselves up for this again? And we did, because they needed somebody.
And that sort of works different on you, on your heart, than saying, okay, we're going to just take care of these kids till they can find someplace else.
At that point, the juvenile court judge signs a 537, which is a form assigning the children to the intended adoption parents. When we headed towards September, we received a call from the children's guardian ad litem, who is supposed to be the children's legal counsel. And she said there's an interested party in the children. And I was shocked, and we thought this was all over and done with. We thought everybody had been investigated. And she said, it's an aunt. And technically it's not an aunt by legal definition or by marriage or anything. And she's interested. Ended up that when we went into court at the end of September, she had filed a petition to block the adoption. We couldn't understand why, because at that point the kids had been with us for about 13 months. And nobody had ever questioned our ability to parent as fosters. In January we went to court. We were told as foster parents we couldn't have counsel in court. We were told that we didn't have a legal voice in court and we didn't have a right to petition the judge to hear us. The attorney on behalf of the Florida family summarized it with, do these children really need 2 daddies? Nobody said moving the children to Florida could put them in jeopardy. Nobody said tearing these children away from the only family they've known for 18 months could put them in jeopardy, or their progress, or their development. But for right now, we have to just keep holding our breath every day that we get to be together tomorrow.